Hi everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of Tuning In with Mr. Morse. Joining me today is my all too frequent guest and attention buddy, the other Mr. Morse.
Hi everybody, and that's not my name.
What are you talking about?
You called me the other Mr. Morse, and that is not my real name.
What? Really?
Really?
But I thought that...
Seriously, go back and check every video that we've ever made. The students call me the other Mr. Morse. What, because of the uncanny resemblance and whatnot. But not once have you ever introduced me, referenced me, or called me by my real name. Not once.
And I take it this upsets you?
Yes, it upsets me. I have feelings, you know. People like to hear their real name in conversation, and I am a real person with real feelings.
But are you, though? A real person?
Yes, you son of a monkey's uncle. What did you think I was? A projection of your childlike wonder bursting through this pathetic excuse of a buttoned-down, super serious principal facade?
We'll talk about this afterwards, okay? Including the use of inappropriate language at school.
But...
And how we ought to be speaking to the authority figures in our lives.
Yes, Mr. Morse. Wait, inappropriate language? You mean the son of a monkey's uncle bit? Oh, no, Mr. Morse. What I meant was that I was walking under the scaffolding where your dad was helping Mr. Darwin with the brickwork this fall, and I overheard him saying, "Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle," which would make you,
a son of a monkey's uncle.
Exactly.
Look, let's just chalk this one up to a misconception, okay?
Yes, absolutely. Total misconception.
Speaking of misconceptions...
Ooh, nice segue.
Thank you.
You're welcome, handsome Mr. Principal.
Thank you. Now, if you don't mind...
Oh, of course, you do your thing. Pretend I'm not even here.
All right. Well, today we will be talking about some of the more common misconceptions about Christian education specifically, and private education in general.
Oh, you mean like how private school is only for spoiled rich kids?
Well, there you go. That's a big one right there, isn't it? And yet, contrary to popular opinion, private education is not just for so-called rich kids.
But it costs money to go to private school, and public school is free.
Well, you're absolutely right on that point. But all of our SCA families see the value of what independent education has to offer, including smaller class sizes and a distinctly Christian environment, including weekly chapel services, Bible classes, daily prayer, and an overall Christian worldview. SCA also offers scholarships and bursaries, such as the Lockheed Foundation bursary, which puts an SCA education within reach of most Sudbury area families.
Got it. Oh, but only Christian families are allowed to attend, right? Do they need to belong to a specific church?
Another common misconception. Not all Christian schools follow a members-only model. Many Christian schools consider themselves to be open enrollment or missional schools, and Sudbury Christian Academy is one of those schools. Our SCA families are not required to attend any specific church or any church at all for that matter.
Oh, thank God. That is such a relief. I don't know if you've noticed this, but I am a terrible human being. There is no way that anyone would believe that I was a Christian.
You'd be surprised. Besides, the Bible says that Jesus came to heal the sick, not the healthy. God doesn't expect us to be perfect. He expects us to be willing to be healed, and to allow Him to change us from the inside out. That often takes time.
Stop preaching at me, Morse.
Let's move on, shall we?
Yes, we shall. Hear ye, my next hot take shall be thusly. Parents only put their kids in private school to shelter them from the world. What they should do is send them to the public school system like everybody else, so that they can learn what the real world is like, and maybe even make a positive difference.
You know what? There are a lot of people who would agree with you on that. Ultimately, choosing to send your child to a Christian private school is a deeply personal choice, and we support parents' rights to choose in this matter. We also have deep respect for our colleagues in the public system. There are some amazing teachers out there. What we can say, though, is that families who choose Christian education for their young children are interested in preparing them for the real world over a longer period of time. You know, not all kids are ready to face the peer pressures and adversity that they are more likely to find out there. We partner with our families to provide a strong foundation, not just academically, but also spiritually, so that when their children do go out into the world, they're fully equipped with the competencies and convictions that they will need. And if that means a safer, healthier learning environment during those formative years, well, that's probably a good thing. And our families are thankful to have that choice.
Yeah, well, I'd rather go to a big public school so I can play more sports.
We've actually grown a lot in that area recently, including starting a junior division soccer team this fall, which competed against other Christian schools at a tournament in Stouffville, Ontario. We also plan to launch a basketball team in the early spring to gear up for a similar competition. We also have an amazing cross-country running team in the fall and a track and field team in the spring. Both of those teams compete citywide right here in Sudbury. We also have an award-winning phys ed teacher who runs an intramural sports program twice a week for those who want to play team sports on a weekly basis just for fun. Last, but certainly not least, we offer some exciting new co-curricular programs in partnership with some local clubs and facilities, such as mountain biking and alpine skiing, which take place during the regular school day to supplement our phys ed program and enhance the student experience.
Skipping class to go mountain biking and skiing, you say? All right, you've convinced me. Let's say I have a friend who would like to attend SCA. What do they do?
Great question. I recommend that they give us a call at 705-522-1649 to schedule a personal tour of our programs. It's never too late to make a change.
Mr. Morse, some of us weren't born in a completely different century, and we don't use the phone to talk on the phone anymore. In fact, the less human contact, the better.
Oh, right, of course. Well, people can also check us out at scacademy.ca, where they can request an enrollment package, which we will email to them directly. They can even sign up for the school newsletter to learn more about us.
Thanks, Mr. Morse. And if we have time for one more misconception, I would have to say that you are not nearly as monotonous and boring as people say.
Wait, what?
I love your sweater vest.